My name is Duke Sparks, and I'm the very blessed and proud Director of Athletic Operations here in Melissa Schools in Melissa, Texas, and for Community Partnerships. And we're standing in the most amazing facility that I know of in the state of Texas. But I want you to understand, there's a quote that I go with, that I use all the time, and it's a quote by Lane Kiffin that says, if you're going to do the impossible, you must see the invisible. And basically what we're standing in right here is the invisible, because we had no way to see and know other than our mind's eye and the vision that we had. And we had a great administrative team. Our superintendent said, look, Duke, we don't know what we're going to do, if we can ever do it, but we're going to keep moving forward one step at a time, and we'll see what we need to do. This all started with 2 boxes. And I'm not exaggerating. This facility goes east and west, and I drew a big rectangle east and west. And the second box was a north and south box that is the Coach Kenny Dill Stadium that we've started excavating, and all the utilities work on it out there. All of this is 5 to 6 years, maybe even more, ahead of schedule. You know, when you walk in our championship center, that's what we call this, the Melissa Championship Center, and we're very blessed to call it that. You walk in, and when you see, as soon as you walk in the doors, you see this gigantic M for Melissa, and it's backlit in red. And that M sits on a map of what Melissa looks like today. Won't be that way tomorrow, but it's what it looks like today. And it's that panorama of Melissa with the M in the middle, and right at the corner of the M, you'll see our water tower. That's kind of our significant thing in Melissa. In fact, when we win ball games, the city, the mayor, lights that water tower up red. So it's right at the corner of the M, and that kind of distinguishes us and says, we are Melissa. You walk down the hall toward this way, then you'll see our film room classroom complex. We didn't just build that so you could watch football film. You can watch soccer film, boys, girls, soccer, offense, defense. And what we did in there is we designed it in our minds, and then our architects and their designers took it from there. We have 5 core values that we set down as an administrative team 6 years ago. The second year Mr. Murphy was here, our superintendent. And we came up with 5 core values. And every day in our classrooms, every in-service and everything, we start with those 5 core values. That's integrity, that's loyalty, that's humility, that's honesty, and that's hope. And so we envisioned in that film room, that classroom setting, that we were going to, every time a kid walked in there, they would see, and it's beautifully done up there, they'll see those 5 core values every time they walk in there. And if you look in there, and if you're looking at the back, see the core values, to your right, you'll see a rendering of what Coach Kenny Dill Stadium is going to look like. And then some other graphics in there, but one of the big things we got from one of the universities, we turned it to our words. We say the Cardinal Way Building Champions, and it's in 3D letters, and it pops. Man, it pops. And then if you stand and look at the back wall again and look to your left, we've got another wrap, and on that wall, we got it from one of the colleges, where it says, a big cardinal head up there, and it says, dominate the day. Now look, this is not just about football. We want to dominate the day in girls and boys soccer, girls and boys basketball, softball, baseball, track, all of those things. So it's dominate the day, but do it the Cardinal way with our 5 core values on the back wall. That'll hold 112 kids, 2 rooms of 56 each, and it gives us so much versatility. But we're blessed, and we want our kids to dominate the day the Cardinal way, and see how we do it with our core values right there every time they walk in that classroom concept. When we decided to build our medical facilities, our training facilities in the Championship Center, one thing we knew we wanted to do, we wanted to build one of the biggest high school training rooms in the country, and I think we came pretty close to that. We wanted to meet 6A standards and be able to handle a load in here with 6A, so we built the biggest training room that I know of in high school, anywhere I know of. We've got offices for our trainers, whirlpool area. Right behind us over here is a room. We got the idea from another school in Texas where our trainers can have their gator with all their coolers. They can now, and it's got a door into this facility if we're working out in here. And it's got a door into the outside facility so that our trainers can take care of our kids and be right here. But here's what we are so excited about. That beautiful room with its storage and everything, and it'll take us to 6A. But as you walk west in that hall, the first room you will come to is a little 1,500 square foot room that we've moved our HOSA, or our health occupations, and our nursing program houses in there, and it is really a neat thing. And so right there in that little hallway, we have the Texas Health Resources Sports Medicine Clinic there, just like you'd walk off the street. And then next, our nursing program, and then our training room. What we want is to have that partnership continue with our kids being able to intern in with Texas Health Resources, and we train them as nurses, as we train them as trainers. Hopefully we can have a partnership where we can intern with Texas Health Resources, and that is a plus for them, for us, for Melissa, and for everybody. So what you're looking at right here, this indoor is 74,000 square feet. We had seen others. We saw maybe 2 fields, 3 fields that were full 120 yards. Saw some that were half that. We knew that we wanted the 120 yards. And as you see, as you look, the space between the 120 yards gives us plenty of room wall to wall. We've got 130 yards wall to wall with the pads and everything for safety purposes. We built it where soccer could be in here. The soccer lines, the black lines, they can throw the ball in. We built the deck up there that we can actually literally have not just film from, we can have band marching contests in here because of this full size of this building. And if you look at the pictures here, you see red curtains at the 25 and 25 yard line. We drop those down. That gives us 40 yards from the wall to the red net. On this end, literally where I'm standing, is home plate for baseball. 90-foot bases in here, the red curtains down. Over there on the south side is the batting cages for baseball. Exact opposite of this, we designed it when the red curtains down. We've got exactly diagonal, we've got the softball, 60-foot bases. Their batting cages opposite of these batting cages, and so we can actually work that. Then we have 40 yards in the middle that we use up for any other sport. And if you get a chance to see it, we have driving range nets for golf. So our golfers, our girls golf finished 5th in the state of Texas last week, and our boys are down in Austin right now playing for the state championship in boys golf. They go in there, they drive in the nets, they pitch into the big M down there. We got soccer working off season, we got golf working, we got baseball and softball. During March, when we have everybody in here and it's a day like today, we'll have track and win across there. We've built it for everything, and I've already mentioned band, cheerleading, flag corps. We'll be able to use this for every possible activity and sport activity we have. We're going to have, nobody does it anymore. It's always field days are always for elementary schools, right? Well, Friday, we're having a high school field day in here. We'll be using that facility, outside door, this facility. We'll have it packed with high school kids, and it will be rocking in here. We've got great turf in here, AstroTurf. We partner with HWH. It's partnered with Symmetry Turf Installation, AstroTurf, and for Brock for our pad and our fields on all of our outdoor and in this facility here. It meets all specifications. We would love, because we've got a pad under this that we worked with Brock to get, we'd love to do NCAA combines in this indoor. And we're big enough to do it, and we meet the specs for the safety standards for all that. And here's the beauty of it. One of the visions we had was we needed to be able to stand in this indoor, look through that beautiful, very functional weight room, 6,200 square foot weight room, into 3,000 plus square feet of a championship lounge, our VIP lounge, and then eventually in Kenny Dill Stadium. We thought that was 10 years out. But right now, we're excavating, doing the utilities. So you're going to be able to stand in the indoor, look through the weight room, into the VIP Championship Lounge, and into Kenny Dill Stadium and backwards, in reverse. And that is a sight to behold, and we're so proud of that. But here's the key to all of that. For all of you out there, if you're building these things, architects are supposed to listen to you. They're supposed to work with you. They're supposed to take your dream and make it work. Tell you what won't work, what doesn't fit, what doesn't meet code, but make it work for you. And that's exactly what Parkhill, they're called Parkhill now, and that's exactly what HWH Construction did. They listened and they put this amazing, amazing project together, and that's what we're standing in. We got the weight room behind me. It's a 6,200 square foot weight room. Our athletic director, Seth Stinton, designed it with a company out of Austin. Everything we wanted to do better and bigger, not just to be bigger and better, but to meet the needs of our kids. Look, listen, the demographers said that in 6 to 8 years we'll be 6A. And we started planning that 5 years ago, June 16, 2016. And that's what we're standing here today. As you come around now, as we wrap around, you saw the M, you get the vision of the big M, the office space there, and you walk down that hall, and then right down from the coach's office. It's a great idea we got when I was the principal in Allen High School, and we built many years ago, in 99, 2000, built the indoor there. We had cubbies. And behind the cubbies, we have 6 washers and 6 dryers, and we'll do all of our laundry in there. And those cubbies, each of those cubbies, we can put their cloth items in there. As the kids come in every day, once we move them in, check in, they'll go to locker 267, whatever it is, get their stuff, go to their dressing room. And then we'll bring it back in baskets, wash it, and do it over again. Right beside that, one thing you can't have, whether you're building a house or you're building an athletic facility or whatever, you can't have too much storage. So we built 2 very large storage areas for cloth items, and 1 for equipment, shoulder pads, helmets, soccer balls, footballs, cones, and all of that. And then we have a little kitchen area that was not designed to cook, it's designed to set up. It's designed to be a setup for catering for our Champions Lounge. So we planned that, and then we move into the Champions Lounge, and it's over 3,000 square feet. It is absolutely amazing. We used epoxy flooring. We used 2 different times. We used the white with the red and the black and gray, and then in certain areas we used black and white and red and gray to opposite that to give us some pop. If you look at the design, our exposed ducts and everything in the hallways are all red. Our colors are red and black. Then on the very far east end down there, we built a wrestling complex, and we built it with an outside exit because we have boys and girls wrestlers. We have a huge wrestling room that will take care of 2 regulation wrestling mats. We're already able to use those now, using them for some of our club wrestling and that kind of thing. And so boys and girls will use that. And then you can walk down the hall right down there, that last double door you see with the exit sign down there. You can walk through that into the indoor, and right to the right of that, or to the left of that, excuse me, is a ladies' restroom. A lot of places we looked at did not put ladies' restroom in the complex, but every one of them said, don't do that. Build a ladies' restroom so they don't have to walk all the way down to the office space. So we built a very nice ladies' restroom. I'm going to tell you, about 4 weeks ago, I was looking in Texas Coach magazine. I'm still 52 years down the road. I'm still a member of Texas High School Coach Association. And I read a quote by Lane Kiffin, and it had stuck with me, and it probably stuck with me because it fits us perfectly in Melissa. That quote says this: to do the impossible, you must see the invisible. You've got to be able to see not just the next mountain range. You can't look at the obstacles in your way. You've got to be able to see 5 mountain ranges over. So to do the impossible, we had to see the invisible. This is the invisible. This is the vision. This is what we put together, looking down the road to be one of the largest schools in the state of Texas at some point in time. And we are blessed. If you're going to do the impossible, you got to see the invisible. And that's what we do in Melissa, Texas at Melissa ISD.